Let's talk about the climate change deniers. Who are they? Why are they denying such an obvious catastrophe? We have to convince them. Every single person on this planet is a part of the problem. And every single person on this planet has to be a part of the solution. We don't stand a chance if we don't change our habits and the way of living on this planet. Welcome to my channel, One Planet. I appreciate your if you like the video, and I would be happy if you could subscribe the channel. The video would get a better ranking if people would subscribe it and share it with their friends, and of course you will never miss next video. We have to talk about the deniers because they are like sand in your shoes, in the transmission of a machine. You know, the wheels cannot really move, or in your eyes, okay, sand in your eyes. They are disturbing the whole process of helping the biosphere to make a change in our habits and behavior. And we cannot afford to waste our time more and more and more, waste our energy in struggling with all of them, all of these deniers. We have to act now, not in 10 years or in 5 years or waiting for the next government. We have to act now. It's not about pluralism or democracy. It's not about majorities or minorities. It's about surviving. It's urgent. Nobody showed us this in the last few years, 2 years, better than Greta Thunberg. Let's listen what she's telling to us.
My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm 16 years old. I come from Sweden, and I want you to panic. I want you to act as if the house was on fire.
What an impressive, great young woman. Really impressive. Let's see some few examples of what deniers think or say. Let's have a look. Here they are, and more. We don't need to tell anything about it. You see them. Everything is, of course, a hoax, is a story, is a lie. Somebody is influencing the people, give them brainwash, and I don't know what. And sometimes they are using, something like scientific arguments, but they are not. They are just lies. In this video we have to talk about it, and why are they talking like this? So every young woman and every young man, or everybody who understands a little bit about the urgent situation, have to convince other people. And so we have to talk about these deniers. Okay, enough. I think you know, okay, you didn't need even these examples, but you have an imagination what I'm talking about. Are these deniers are much the same? Absolutely not. They are not much the same. we have absolutely different groups and purposes behind what they are saying. Okay, so I would like to make to distinguish between two different kinds of deniers and between three different groups of deniers. Let's have a look and write your comments, what you think about my ideas. First, let's talk about the different kinds. Okay, the first group, first kind is these people are really believing that the climate change is not man-made. Okay, they think it's not existing, or maybe they think the sun is the reason, but they don't believe that we as human beings have changed this climate because of our way of life, because of carbon dioxide and. Okay, this is the first kind. They believe, really, they are not lying or something like this. No, they believe in it. Now you can imagine it's time for the second kind, and this time we are talking about people who knows that the climate change is existing and it's human-made, but they are denying. Okay, despite every information, they are denying, and they are lying for an egoistical purpose. There are different purposes why somebody would lie, and we will talk about them, but they know it. So we have two different kinds, and the first group, they don't know, they believe really some lies, or maybe they are religious and say, no, this is all God made. I don't know. The second group is lying. They have all information and they lie. To understand this second group, kind we are talking about, we need really to have a look at a short video. It's a great video. Please also, you can find the address, the link in my description. Watch it, subscribe the channel, help him. It's a great video and really interesting.
Oil giant Exxon has known for decades that their product, fossil fuels, would increase the CO2 level of the atmosphere and increase the temperature of the Earth. Here's a graph from an internal memo from the company in the 80s. It has the same projections that people claim are bogus and biased from climate scientists. Yet despite this, they have spent millions of dollars funding climate denial think tanks to change public opinion and lobbyists to influence policy. And at this point, I think it's good to hear directly from a climate scientist. Here is Catherine Hayhoe from the University Texas Tech.
Greed is only one of the accusations that are hurled at us scientists on a nearly daily basis. Why? I think it's the idea that if you discredit the messenger, you can silence the message. Sometimes we're accused of selling out to Big Green. Big Green, really? Oil and gas companies are 5 of the biggest 10 earners in the world, and none of the top 10 are green energy companies.
She explains how a grant of over $1 million got funneled down to basically no one's making any extra money. Some students are getting like a measly salary and that's it.
And I ended up with about $2,000 left over each year. First year, I bought my student a computer. Year 2, I paid for them to go to a scientific conference. And in years 3 and 4, I paid for us to publish a scientific paper each year.
She also goes on to say that she had a colleague at her university who was studying climate scientists, then got offered way more by the oil companies and left to work for them.
He loved working at the university, but the oil company had made him an offer too generous to refuse.
And finally, from a logical...
It's outrageous. Yeah? They know it for such a long time. And they lie and they pay other people politicians, lobbyists, to live this lie. And so many people, I don't know, maybe millions, are influenced by this propaganda. We have to know there are people who heard it. They may be not able to remember why, but they're in their ear, I heard about it. And there were scientists, they said it's not human-made or it's a hoax. So we are struggling with a lot of these people denying because they heard something. And they didn't care. They didn't check the information and say, yeah, maybe it's right or wrong. And after that, okay, it was more comfortable to believe in the lie, because the lie meant you can drive your car, you can fly, you can do what you want. It's not your fault. Okay. After talking about these two different kinds, I told you I would like to distinguish three different groups. The first group I would like to talk about it are deniers whose life or job, for the most people it's the same, life or job depends directly with social and economical change who are necessary because of the climate change. Okay, if we would act, their life is affected by them, or their job would change, or they would lose it. And there are a lot of people who we are talking about. Okay, it's not about a small group, and they are everywhere. And you see them, they are writing comments and they don't say, yeah, I'm working for a coal mining company or gas, car industry, or something else. There are really millions and millions of workers and their whole families, parents, partners, kids, worldwide in this energy sector, so oil, coal, gas, or in the car and car-related industries. Just this. I don't want to talk about taxi driver, about a lot of people like truck drivers. Okay, every single of them is thinking about it. Okay, people are talking about climate change. Oh, it's a threat for my job. Oh, AI is a threat for my job, and this is a threat for my job. They are absolutely full of anxiety, and they are afraid to lose their job. And job is not unimportant in our world. Without job, we can't live. They have to bring through their families. They need the money. They are not billionaires. That's why a lot of them are not interested in believing any human-made climate change. They don't want that their jobs are ending. And you should imagine it. There are a lot of more jobs depending on these car jobs or energy jobs. How many other companies are delivering pieces for a car, tires? Okay, this is very important. We have to consider this. This is the biggest group of all. To understand the next group, or to better understand them, every one of us knows this group. They are very loud and everybody knows them. We have to see a short video. Please subscribe. His video, you find the entire video. This is just a very, very short part of it. Also in the description, and support him.
I care about the environment. I figure with the polar bears and everything, we might as well try electric cars. What do we have to lose? And then they go caps lock serious, saying they have proof that climate change is a hoax perpetuated by scientists paid off by the polar bear lobby as part of a plan to install Al Gore as Supreme World Polar Bear Emperor. Wake up, sheeple!
And you know this situation, okay? Somebody is so chilled, okay? You have a good chat with him, and from one moment to another, he's changing. You know? What happened? Okay. I would like to call this group the emotional group. Yeah. This is also a very big group. It's not really easy to see them before they show their emotional life. And yeah, you know, they are losing something they like or they love, or they think they would lose it. Okay? And sometimes it's just a habit. Okay, let me give you a few examples. There are, I told you before, some examples, but the classic groups are car lovers. Okay? Gas and diesel car lovers. Or people who hate higher taxes. Okay, everybody hate higher taxes. Yes, but most people are reasonable. Okay, they think, yes, of course, I don't want to pay more, but I understand how to pay the kids at school and how to pay the police and you know, we have to pay taxes. So if we don't want to live in a Mad Max scenario world, so we have to pay taxes, pay our part of the whole cost. Okay? And instead of saying, oh, let's make it efficient so the costs are not too high, or let's talk about our economic system. Why have we to pay for it? No, they say there isn't any climate change. Or if there is a climate change, it's not human-made. We have nothing to do with it. Okay, it's the easiest way. Some other people have more personal, maybe there are hippie haters, and in their opinion is everybody is talking about climate change is a hippie. Okay, there are so many stupid idiots. They think if you are talking in this way, you are a hippie. Or they hear about, oh, you should eat less meat. Are you a vegan? Yes. Hey, I'm not a vegan. Okay, I'm not vegan. This is not propaganda material to change your habits, not to eat meat. In my opinion, we shouldn't eat too much meat. It's not the best for our health. I eat as not too much, not too less, as less as possible. Okay? But some people, when they just hear vegan, this is like an allergic reaction. You can't say anything more. This is insane how they react, okay? Or if you talk about electric cars or about Elon Musk, oh my God, how many billionaires are working on technology with a bit more support for the future, okay? They are not so much. The most of them just want to make more money and more money. And I don't care. They should try to make more money. But Musk is trying to make money and at the same time helping the planet. Okay? This is fact. Hyperloop technology. Yeah? What's this? Or electric cars. Before him, electric cars was something like a hobby. You know, it was nothing serious. Nobody talked about him, about electric cars. Now, let's talk about the third group. And I could imagine you are waiting for them because they are not very, very unimportant. I don't want to exaggerate, but I could imagine you agree with me.
billions and 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 billions.
It's a great video. I hope you agree with me. I loved it, and also from this video you find the link, the entire video in the description. Have a look, subscribe also his channel, and bring all these videos in the video rankings up. This is really helping this whole topic. We all need jobs, we all need money, okay, for our daily life, okay? This is, it's not a joke, it's not just hobby or fun. We need it. However, a lot of our jobs and our daily habits are destroying the biosphere, okay? You can't really destroy the planet as easy, okay? We could. I'm not really sure if we don't have enough power in our weapons, nuclear weapons, and I don't know what they constructed in the last 20 years, but maybe they could. But climate change is a problem of the biosphere. And even without the problems of climate change, we are destroying every living area on Earth. The oceans are full of waste. Our food is contaminated with nano and microparticles, okay, plastic particles. We are destroying everything. We are polluting the air, the water. We shouldn't forget, it's all because of us. Not the animals did it. Most of them are dying out, okay? This is so sad. Extinction of so many life forms. Unbelievable. I'm pretty sure you expected this group of the rich and powerful people. Okay, power, there are politicians, there are millionaires, billionaires. We spoke about them, I think. So we are not talking about rich from the eyes of a very, very poor guy, okay? A very poor guy living on the street will see everybody with a job as a rich man or rich woman, okay? I'm not about talking about such people. I'm talking about people with more than 1, 2 houses and apartments, you know, and millionaires and billionaires. This group. And politicians. And please don't forget, not everybody wants money. Some people want to be famous. They are doing everything to be famous. You just need to see what people are ready to do. Yeah, really embarrassing things to get 20 minutes in the news, okay? This is the world we are living in, okay? And so there are people, they want power, and some of them needs money to be powerful. Other people are lucky about it to be 2 or 3 times, maybe, if it's possible in their country, the chancellor or the prime minister or the president, you know. This is very important for some people. Most dangerous people are, and I can't repeat it enough, are rich and powerful people. They are absolutely dangerous. So, and nowadays we are getting more and more such presidents. In the United States, Brazil, we had someone like this also in Ukraine, you know, billionaires who got the vote of in elections. They have the money to manipulate enough people. And even if they wouldn't, just the possibility should stop us let such guys get the president. This is really, really dangerous. And it's a danger for our whole political system. And what's really sad is that this group has the smallest numbers, but the most power and influence on Earth. And they are influencing people, politics, our whole life. So they are put in charge, and they won't give up their power, and they don't want to lose their money. If they could live with less money, why have they so much money? If you want their money, you have to take it. I'm not saying take their money, but they worked hard. Not every of them. Some of them, this is not their money. They got the money from their parents or someone else, some relatives, okay? But most of them worked hard. Let's listen to a short part of a speech. This is a stunning speech of Harrison Ford. I hope you know him. Indiana Jones, Han Solo, great actor, and very, very stunning speech. Listen, please.
Elect leaders who believe in science and understand the importance of protecting nature. Stop, for God's sake, the denigration of science. Stop giving power to people who don't believe in science, or worse than that, pretend they don't believe in science for their own self-interest. They know who they are. We know who they are. We are all, rich or poor, powerful or powerless. We will all suffer the effects of climate change and ecosystem destruction, and we are facing what is quickly becoming the greatest moral crisis of our time. Our climate goals will remain out of reach, and we will be shit out of time. If we don't stop the destruction of our natural world, nothing else will matter. If we are to survive on this planet, the only home any of us will ever know, we need nature. Now, more than ever. Because nature doesn't need people. People need nature.
I'm pretty sure you loved this stunning speech too, and you are the same opinion like me. Someone like him should be the President of the United States. If you know Harrison Ford, tell him, convince him. We need him as a president. This video showed us the problem. That's why we have to talk about our economical and political system. And this will be the topics in our next videos. If you subscribe this channel, you won't miss any videos again. Thank you for watching and supporting with your subscription and like. See you next time. Fight for the future.